Hello everyone. Today we're speaking about testifying in the workplace. Now we're all called to testify. We're all called to share our faith. But one place where we find it very difficult is our place of work. Now, I think about some of the places where I have worked as a project manager, as a teacher. I've had moments where I've felt as a believer that I've been successful in my ministry, if I could put it like that, where I felt like, God, you're really using me. I'm having an impact here. But most of the time, it's been pretty tough going. I haven't seen stacks of people that I've worked with getting saved, but I have seen that God has made an impact on people's lives. And that's what I'd like to encourage us with today, that God has placed you where you are, and you may not always see the results that you desire, but God is doing a work. He is working even when we feel like we are not having an impact. In Matthew 13, Jesus shares this parable of the wheat and the weeds. And the wheat represents the sons and daughters of God who have given their lives to Jesus. The weeds represents those who haven't. The farmer plants the wheat and the wheat sprouts up, but with it comes weeds as well. And the laborers say, hey, should we remove these weeds? And the farmer says, no, leave them there. We will wait for harvest time and then we'll separate them. And it's this uncomfortable picture that's shared of wheat and weeds rubbing shoulders, being right next to each other in the same space. But it's also a beautiful picture. It shows something of God's heart and his desire. God's heart is this, that the wheat will rub shoulders with the weeds. Why? Because when they are in such close proximity, they may see something of the reflection of who God is in the wheat. And those who don't know Jesus will respond and say, Lord, I respond to you because of what I've seen in your son or daughter. And they may find Jesus. And that is God's heart. That is why we are called to rub shoulders with those who don't know God yet. Many years ago, I sat around some of my friends, and it was a moment where I had my eyes open, basically. It was a moment of revelation, where I felt God say to me that I have trusted you with the gospel, with those that I've surrounded you with. Those who are sitting around you now in this office space, I've trusted you to bring a clear word of who I am to them through your life and through what you say. And I had this moment of being humble, but also a moment of feeling privileged. God, you chose me, not anyone else. You've placed me here for a reason. And that reason is to show them who you are. It's quite incredible, isn't it? The same message is for you. That God has placed you there because he trusts you with his message to those who don't yet know him. Beautiful. Just some thoughts as we reflect on that scripture. And as we focus on being ministers of the gospel in our place of work. The first is this, that it's so important just to be yourself, to be real. Sometimes we feel like we need to be the perfect Christians, but what we reflect in those times is just pure religion. People need to see that we are in a relationship with God, and they see that when we are just ourselves making mistakes and saying sorry, moving on. When people see this humility within us, this authenticity, they see the relationship that we have with Jesus. The second one is that it's important to build relationship. A lot of us kind of want to bulldoze the people with the gospel. And God's heart is for us to rub shoulders with those who are around us, to first build relationship. And I think about the people that I've been in contact with, those who I've worked with over the years. Some of them still unsaved, but I'm still in contact with them. I still have a relationship with them, and we're still able to have these deep conversations about who God is. And there's this bridge of trust that needs to be built before we can really carry this message of the gospel over into people's lives. And my encouragement is that we will be front-footed in our place of work, that when we see a need, that we meet that need, that we are the first ones to respond and say, I'm here to stand by you, I'm here to help you, because that is an open doorway, an opportunity to reach people. But remember, the encouragement is that God has placed you where you are right now for a reason, and rub shoulders with those around you. God bless.